Hello, everybody that's watching right now on WCTV or online or wherever it is. I'm Tommy Maroon, and of course, as you just saw on the telescreen, this is a Tommy Maroon Sports Show. It's another Wednesday, so you know what that means. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's the holiday season, so of course, it's cold. The football playoffs are about to be underway. The NBA season's about fourth of the way through it. Very exciting time. We got to ask my trivia question of the week, though. Who was the quarterback the last time the Browns made the playoffs? And the correct answer is Kelly Holcomb, who was the starting quarterback for the Browns in 2003 when we played the Steelers and lost. It was a good game, though. Now we got to look at high school basketball. That's right, high school basketball. We got to look at the scores from last Friday night. As you can tell, Chagrin Falls beat Aurora 72-68. Barberton beat Highland 74-69 at Granger, which was on the Highland Hornet Sports Network. Revere was able to beat Talmadge 83-68. Red Hot Roosevelt beat Copley 53-43. And Roosevelt, speaking being red hot, they beat those Hornets last night. And of course, Highland is now 1-3, of course. Shouldn't really doubt them yet. And Brecksville went for their first win, 66-42. Hudson beat Wadsworth 66-40. North Royalton beat Cuyahoga Falls 78-57. And Twinsburg beat Nordonia 51-31. And now we got to look at the girls' basketball games because the girls' basketball teams in the Suburban League and in the state are some pretty fine basketball teams. Not going to lie, they are some of the best out there. Of course, Highland happens to be one of them. They beat Revere 59-50 on what was a great comeback for the Hornets. Of course, that game on Saturday was also on the Highland Hornets Sports Network. Aurora beat Roosevelt 70-52. Barberton picked up their first win of the season with a 45-39 victory over Copley. Cuyahoga Falls was able to beat Brecksville 67-32. Nordonia was able to beat Hudson. They are 5-0. That's 48-55. Stowe is 4-0. They beat Wadsworth 43-22. And Twinsburg was able to beat North Royalton 55-38. It's been a lot of excitement in both guys basketball and girls basketball. Always fun to watch them all. And we got to look at what to look for next week or Friday night. Revere try and keep up the pace. They will be at home against the Highland Hornets. I do not know if we will be able to announce that game on the Highland Hornets Sports Network being a road game. I kind of doubt, but you know what? You never know. Brecksville wanting their first in-conference win to be the momentum they sorely need. Of course, Brecksville, a very talented basketball team. Of course, maybe some of them were on that football team that won the national conference. Surprised me, in case you don't know, that was their basketball team or their football team. And of course, not just that in-conference win that will help out for basketball, but that football season for those that don't know. Of course, there's still a lot more. North Royalton is off to a good start for girls basketball. The Hornets girl team is absolutely on fire, 7-0. They're looking to keep it up. They haven't won the Suburban League in 40 years, but I'm assuming that's going to change. And you know what's the scary part? That team has zero seniors on that team. So you know what that means? Next year is going to be even scarier. And maybe the year after that, and the year after that. Of course, a very talented team. Cuyahoga Falls also on a roll. They are 5-0 in the National Conference and still wants a perfect National Conference record. They are 3-0. So you know what that means? They are 11 games away. And of course, those Hornets are 9 games away from going 12-0. We cover Hornet basketball games, both guys and girls basketball games, and eventually high school baseball and softball games on the Highland Hornet Sports Network. Of course, we are at 72 subscribers the last time I checked, so once you're done watching this great episode of the Highland Hornet Sports Show, we remind you to subscribe to the Highland Hornet Sports Network on YouTube and hit the bell icon so you get notified on when we post our next videos for the games. And now put on your Cleveland Cavalier caps, everybody, because we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Time to look at their player stats. Colin Sexton, 17.3 points per game. Kevin Love, 15.6 points per game, 10.5 points per game. And Tristan Thompson had 13.8 points per game and 10.1 rebounds per game. And we got to look at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse renovations. That's right, it's no longer the Q, it's called the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, or as I like to call it, the Rock, because Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse is a mouthful indeed. $185 million renovation, which is pretty crazy. It's 25 years old, opened in 1994, adjacent to Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland. And let me tell you something, it's a beauty, the renovations. 8 fan hospitality destinations, glass facade that gives views of downtown Cleveland. I mean, if you thought the Rock was huge, it got even bigger. And bigger is better. Of course, the arena grows to 152,970 square feet and is 8 stories high. Now, I had the privilege to be there against the Pistons when we played the Pistons for a seminar at our school. And what made it really cool was that just the beautiful views of downtown Cleveland. We were sitting like in a lounge. You could see the bridge. You could see so many towers. So cool. Skyscrapers, all that great stuff. That's what makes the Rock so beautiful, just how much it incorporates downtown Cleveland. The Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse and Progressive Field being right on the same highway, right across from each other. And they are facing downtown Cleveland. And of course, the Rock is definitely going to be here for a very long time. A state-of-the-art basketball arena hosting 2022 All-Star Game. That's going to be exciting. We'll see who's going to be the captains, or hopefully they'll be back to the East-West All-Star Game. Of course, that's the traditional one. That's what many people consider to be the better one. Of course, we got to look at the scores. The scores of the NBA basketball games for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs against the Magic. There it is right there in Orlando. The Magic won 93-87. Terrence Ross had 21 points. Evan Fournier had 18 points. Aaron Gordon had 14 points. That's all for the Orlando Magic. Colin Sexton had 19 points. Cedi Osman had 14 points. Larry Nance Jr. had 11 rebounds. Not bad, not bad. And here's something I find to be pretty crazy. No team scored over 30 points in a quarter. And in the NBA era we live in, that's almost not even heard of. So both teams scored less than 100, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. And of course, the Cavs continue to fall down. Of course, 11-11, or that's Orlando. We are 5-16. Cavs against the 76ers. It was a big blowout. 141-94. Philadelphia. Ben Simmons had 34 points, 7 assists. Mike Scott, 21 points. Kyle O'Quinn, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Darius Garland put up 17. Tristan Thompson, 12 points. And at one point, the 76ers have 53-point lead. I know they're one of the best teams in the NBA, but my God, that's ridiculous. Philly's now 16-7. We are 5-17. That was after the game. Then the Cavs against the Celtics. More of the same, more of the same. 128-8 was the final score. You can probably tell who won that game, in case you can't tell. Boston second in the Eastern Conference. Only the Milwaukee Bucks, who are riding a red-hot 15-plus game winning streak. Giannis is doing what Giannis does best. Of course, it's come down to the Bucks and the Lakers is what it seems to be. LeBron and AD against Giannis. I can't wait to see that. Of course, Kemba put up 22 points for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, 20 points and 7 rebounds. Jason Tatum had 19 points and 11 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson had 19 points. Tristan Thompson, 17 points and 11 rebounds. Cavs were never winning in the game. and we fell to 5-18. That's where we are right now. Boston 17-5, and the Cavs got off to a pretty strong start, and ever since it's been sharp decline, crashing and burning. It's going to be really some miracles if we cross the 21 section. Of course, then put off your Cavs caps and your Cleveland Browns stuff, where optimism is running high indeed. We got to look at those stats. Baker Mayfield has a 59.16 completion percentage, 3,109 yards, 15 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, for the crooked cap. Nick Chubb is leading the NFL, 253 yards, 1,281 yards, 7 TDs. Kareem Hunt, 34 attempts, 153 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jarvis Landry has been the number one receiver for the Cleveland Browns, 995 yards, 14.4 yards per reception, and 5 touchdowns. And Odell Beckham Jr., 844 yards, 14.3 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. Hopefully Odell can stay because of all the rumors going on behind the scenes, because Odell is a really big instrumental piece to this Cleveland Browns team. How the Browns can make the playoffs. It's not looking good, but you just never know with how great this team is. If the Browns win out, that's what we need to happen. We want to happen. Titans sweep the Texans, because the Titans played the Texans twice. Of course, the Titans led by Ryan Tannehill out of Free Willy to Tennessee. He's been doing a great job there, filling in for an injured Marcus Mariota and the Houston Texans. And if the Bills beat the Steelers in Week 16, we beat Buffalo, and we split the series against Pittsburgh, of course. And then if the Ravens beat the Steelers, of course, the Steelers, they're doing unbelievable. They are on their third-string quarterback and may go to the playoffs. That's right, their third-string quarterback, and they might be the 6th seed. Devlin Duck Hodges, who would have thunk it, much to the dismay of all Browns fans, not just because they're the Steelers, not just because of the big fight that happened on the Thursday night game, but also because the Steelers are doing it against all odds a year after their locker room just died. And days of our Steelers mayhem and stuff from Allstate and all that great stuff and all the injuries. Now they may make the playoffs. Who would have thunk it? Browns fans are upset, but they're upset after this game in which we played the Bungles, and we beat the Bungles 27-19. 6-7 went the Browns. One more win than the Cavs. The Bungles 1-12. Baker 111 for 24, a little below average day with 192 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Nick Chubb had 15 carries, 106 yards, so of course he cracked the 100 rushing yard carry. Jarvis had 4 receptions and 76 yards. Andy Dalton, he went 22 for 38, 262 yards, and 1 INT. Joe Mixon had a great day for those Cincinnati Bengals. 23 carries, 146 yards, 1 touchdown. Randy Bullock for the Bungles had 4 field goals. In fact, Cincinnati was up 13-7 at one point. Mayfield had a 7-yard rushing touchdown. Of course, he's been having quite a few rushing touchdowns so far in the season. In fact, Freddie Kitchens had a successful pass interference challenge. He thought there was a pass interference on an INT thrown by Baker. He was right, of course. The pass interference challenge, of course, very controversial with the whole idea of it being reviewable because most don't get overturned. But that one did get overturned. We were happy because we got a field goal, and it was the difference, a 27-19 victory. Up next, Cincinnati is probably going to get whooped to a Patriots team that lost back-to-back games. One to Houston, one to Kansas City. And if there's one thing that the Patriots have to do, it's that they have to rebound. Can they do it? We shall see. And of course, we will be going from Cleveland to Arizona. That's right, Arizona to play the Cardinals. Got a friendly bet with my friend who happens to be a Cardinals fan. If we win, he's got to buy a Baker jersey. If we lose, I got to buy a Larry Fitzgerald jersey. Of course, it's all a lot of fun, friendly bets, because you don't bet money. You don't do anything bad. It's just buying a jersey. It's exciting. We're going to wrap things up now. We got to talk about our topics for next week, which will be the same three things: high school basketball, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cleveland Browns. That's right, the Cleveland Browns. Of course, my trivia question is, where did the Cleveland Cavaliers play during their first 4 seasons of existence? That's right, not the Richfield Coliseum, contrary to popular belief. They played somewhere else. And we will reveal it next Wednesday. So please watch the Tommy Maroon Sports Show. And until then, we'll see you later.